Hey, what's going on, guys? ThatDudeSirraj, peace. How you hanging? A little bit different environment for car talk. I'm actually sitting in the back of my van. Don't choke, with my little man. We just stopped at U-Crops, grabbed a little bit of fruit salad. I'm actually heading up to the range now. I got a couple things to do. But you know, I was checking my my video replies. I know it's been a while since I've actually had a video. And I was looking at one from Hancock Brewer. Big shout out to you, man. What's going on, Hancock? You get a special shout out today. You made a comment about, you know, your the kids in your 4th grade class not really seeing a lot of black men doing the type of videos that I do. You know, that's just by the sheer numbers. You know, there are more white Americans than black Americans or Latino Americans that are into the shooting sports, that are into gun rights and things like that. But we're out here, you know, and you know, to the kids in your 4th grade class, you know, I've been shooting for a long time. I'm a country guy though, of course. You know, I find, especially with I think African Americans, gun ownership, the shooting sports, things like that are not so not as prevalent, I think, from, you know, from folks from the city. I got a lot of family up in New York, and you know, they couldn't imagine ever going hunting for a deer. It's like, you know, look, I want my meat already in the store, cut up. I don't want to know that it was ever alive, this and that, which is fine. You know, everybody's different. But for me, I like firearms. I like the concept of hunting. I like the concept of shooting. It goes back a long way with the history of America. So, you know, definitely we're out here. I try to be as educational as I can. I enjoy the shooting sports. So whatever I can bring to the table or share with, you know, with folks out there, young or old, that's what I try to do on a regular basis when I can. Because you're gonna be a little shooter too. But yeah, man, you know, to your 4th grade class, hey everybody, you know, big shout out to you guys from ThatDudeSirraj. Stay in school. If you're interested in sports, in the shooting sports, always remember that guns are still dangerous if improperly used. So try to, you know, talk to your parents about it. Maybe they can get you into a program, or maybe, you know, a community can start something, or whatever it might be. But, you know, don't shy away from it, as if you know, guns are just this bad thing. You know, I know with African Americans, especially in urban environment, don't open that door. You know, things can get a bad rap, and you know, the news is what the news is, and you know, bad things happen, and you know, communities have issues. But I think education about firearms, especially with young black men, and even getting them involved in the shooting sports, can really change the outlook of firearms and their integration into communities, or their place or their role in communities. I guess that's the best way to say it. And you know, it's not all negative. It's not all negative. You know, one thing that I've personally noticed, looking at, you know, especially looking at different YouTube vids, when you look at young kids, let's say young white kids, that are in the shooting trap or skeet or anything like that, a lot of times you can even see from their demeanor how they handle themselves, how they handle the firearms. There's a higher level of responsibility there, but that responsibility is taught, just like everything else. With young kids, if you want them to be responsible, if you want them to you know, be engaged in a responsible, reasonable manner, that has to be taught from the older folks. You know, and just realistically, that's not there as strong as it should be in the African American community. And hopefully over time that'll change, but there's a lot of negative influences, whether it's TV, whether it's music, you know, whether it's kids in your neighborhood, whether it's adults in your neighborhood, that, depending on where you're at, can be extremely on the negative end of things. And when you fit firearms into that, it's the same thing. You know, it can have a lot of times some really that's no you know, it can really have some negative education that comes along with it. So I think the biggest thing, you know, as adults, you know, try to encourage the kids, if it's something that they're interested in, encourage them to you know, get some type of education, join a program. There's a lot of 4-H programs that are out there. You just got to look for them. But I mean, now that you got kids getting scholarships, you know, to shoot shot. I'm still in my shotgun mode, you know. But kids are getting scholarships, you know, to go out and shoot at a competitive or professional level. And you know, I don't think a lot of African Americans and you know, maybe Latinos are really exposed to those types of things. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the more the merrier. You know, I got a shotgun team that I'm putting together. You know, and I got about maybe 5 young folks between the ages of 13 to 17 that we're actually going to start shooting next weekend. And, you know, going over the firearm safety, going over how to handle a shotgun, parts of a shotgun. It's the educational piece along with the shooting that creates the sport, you know, and that's where you get your safety from. That's where you get the competitiveness from. I think that's where you get the growth and responsibility, and that translates to a lot of different things as well in life, you know. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I kind of took it and ran with it. But the biggest thing was I was sitting here eating, man. I just wanted to say what's up to all you folks out there. You know, specifically Mr. Hancock. And thank you guys for checking out my videos, and got some more stuff coming down the pipeline. So that's about it, man. You guys be safe, happy shooting. Anything else, hit me up. ThatDudeSirraj. Till next time. Peace. And one more thing. To the 4th grade class, guys. I don't remember if I said this or not. Stay in school. 4th grade is a really good year. That's a good age, okay? It should be stress-free. You should be making a lot of friendships, learning as much as you can, because you're going to be going to middle school soon, then you're going to be going to high school, then you're going to college, and life is going to get tougher, and it's going to be fun, but it's going to be tough. Okay, am I in it? Okay, let me make sure we're in mic here. So yeah, you guys enjoy 4th grade. Be good to your teachers, and you know, good luck out there. I hope the best for you guys. All right, now I'm out. Peace. Okay, one more quick thing. I was actually going through rereading the comments and whatnot, and I noticed that it was 4-H class and not 4th grade class. So that kind of threw me off a little bit, and I didn't want to seem like a complete numbskull by posting that and everything else. I am going to keep in the comment about the 4th graders, because I think, what, 4-H goes from like 8 to 18. So technically there could be some 4th graders, you know, in the 4-H situation. Not sure, but either way, I think it was, you know, something good to keep it for the young folks. And for everybody else, you know, it's good that you're in, you know, these extracurricular programs, because those are definitely just as important in youth development as I think grade school is. It's good to have those additional avenues of having other teachers and other mentors and other programs that keep you guys busy. So pat on the back to all of you folks out there that are involved in 4-H. And again, best of luck to you guys as well. So now I'm out. ThatDudeSirraj. Peace.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.